Every time I see a video on this topic, it seems as if a lot of people are interested in actually quitting their job and starting their own business or doing gig work full time because they want the freedom and the flexibility, and they just can't deal with their W-2, their 9 to 5 anymore. But I want to pose this question. Are you actually ready? Are you ready to go out on your own and be your own boss? Are you ready? Because it ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. There might be people out there that make it seem so glamorous and that is, oh man, it's so good, it's flexible, I'm making a lot of money, I'm paying all my bills, but it's not that easy. It is not that easy. There's a lot that goes into being your own boss, working for yourself, being an independent contractor, and not going to a W-2. There's a lot that goes into that. First of all, when you have a W-2, you have a schedule. You got to be there for a certain time and you leave a certain time. You're dedicated for those hours. 8 hours or 12 hours, whether you're working a double or whatever. You got to be there, let's say, for 9 and you leave at 5 or a little later if they need you to. Because sometimes you want to go, but they say, hey, could you wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes, do this? What are you going to do? Oh, it's my time to go? Well, you know, they have their way where they could fire you. You see what I'm saying? They could do little things like, you know, to get back at you. So you got to deal with that, right? At a W-2. You got to go to work. You got to commit to a schedule. And, you know, you get paid according to the hours you put in. Or if you get salary or whatever. But you got to be there. You got to show up. And you got to be productive, because if you're not productive, you're going to get written up. So that's what it is with a W-2, right? When you work for yourself, you also have to be disciplined, and you got to be on a schedule. It's just not about, oh, I could get up whenever I feel like, I could take off whenever I feel like, I could stop working whenever I feel like. Yeah, all those things are true, but are you going to be profitable? Are you going to be able to make the money that you think you're going to make when you're working by yourself? Because you see other people are doing it. You see what I mean? Are you ready? Are you ready? That's the whole thing I want to talk about. Are you ready to make the leap? Because me personally, listen, man, I've been off the W-2 for like a month now. Tomorrow will make a month since I've been off. And during that time, I made some good money. Don't get me wrong. I made some good money. And I wasn't like really disciplined in terms of going out a little later in the night to like maximize my income, you know, because those hours and, you know, the time that you put in, the money that you make, it adds up. I haven't been so disciplined. And the reason why is because I've been getting money from the W-2 still. You see what I mean? I've been getting money every week. So along with that W-2 money that I've been getting, even though I'm off, I'm making money doing gig work. So I'm like double dipping, right? I'm double dipping. So I've been doing well. Let's just say that. I've been doing well. I've been doing much better than I would if I worked a W-2 only, or whether I work gig work only. Combining both incomes, I'm doing better. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, they talk about, oh, I want to quit my W-2. Listen, when you're out here, this is also a struggle. When you work in the gig apps, this is a struggle. And the gig apps are not paying what they used to pay before. Right now, I have an elongated toilet. It's heavy. I got a portable concrete mixer. That's heavy. You know how much the app Freight? Shout out to Freight. But you know how much they're paying me for this? $22.50 each. $22.50. $22.50. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to the Lowe's, pick up the order, wait around 25 minutes. Then it's gonna take me 25 minutes to one drop off, another 30 minutes to the other drop off. I'm making money, don't get me wrong, I'm making money, but I should make more money. So I already eat up all those all that time. I'm eating up the time, but I'm not really making the money I'm supposed to make. Plus I have to be out here focusing on the road. You know, there's a lot of things that goes into this type of work, man. I gotta be focusing on the road. I gotta make sure I don't get into an accident. I gotta make sure I have everything straight. Everything gotta be straight for me to be successful out here on the road. It's not just 1, 2, 3. You see what I mean? So I'm saying all this to say, are you ready? Are you prepared to go out there and grind and do this? Because you're working for yourself. Ain't nobody at work gonna push you and say, hey, come on, go do this. No, you're out here on your own. Do you think that the money that you're making out here gonna cover your bills? If it does, then go for it. Go for it. But for me, personally, I own a home. I own 2 cars, this van and an SUV. I gotta pay the insurance on those. I have life insurance. I have 3 kids. What else? I gotta pay health insurance that I use my W-2 to pay health insurance, right? I have gas, water, electricity, cell phone, cable, internet, those are intertwined. But you get the point. You get the point. Damn. Am I at the drop off yet? Yeah, I do have an Uber Eats order to drop off as well. Shop and pay. Dirty stacking. I have all these bills. Do I really think it's smart to quit my W-2 and be out here grinding every day to take care of these bills? Do I think it's smart? So far this month, I've been doing well. Not gonna lie, I've been doing well. Would I have, in the first 12 days, would I have covered all my bills? Nah. I would have eat up the mortgage already. I'm talking about if I have to do this all on my own. I would have eat up the mortgage already. The mortgage would have been paid. The water bill is every 3 months. Right now, I would have took care of the mortgage, and then I would have been working now to take care of everything else. In my opinion, it'll still not be enough. You gotta equip yourself to make the money out here. And even if you equip yourself, it's not guaranteed, because these apps, they could kick you off anytime. Anytime, man. You might try to sign up for some other apps, you can't get on, wait lists. You could go out there and purchase a van, get a note for the van. Next thing, you can't get any work to pay the note, then you're there worrying. You gotta go back to a W-2. You gotta go work at Walmart, Target. You see what I'm saying? You gotta go back to the warehouse. You gotta be willing to grind in order to survive out here, working for yourself. It is not that easy. I'm not even saying this to discourage anybody from doing it. It's nice not being able to, not having to actually go into a job, punch in, answer to anybody. You're working for yourself. You could go eat breakfast, lunch, you could go for dinner, whenever you want. You don't have to ask anybody. It is nice. Don't get me wrong. It is nice. But are you disciplined enough to do it? Are you disciplined enough to pull it off and actually be profitable out here? It ain't easy. It's not easy. I'm just going to put it out there. It's not easy. If you live in a market where the cost of living isn't that high and you could afford to pay your rent and pay all your bills, doing this, man, go for it. Go for it. I think you can make it. Once you have multiple apps, you could go out there, you could make it. But you got to hustle. You got to grind, man. You can't be lazy. You can't be lazy. A lot of people are lazy and they work at a W-2. The W-2 is for lazy people. They don't want to work, but they have to because they got bills. If you one of these people that want more money, but you're lazy, you have your W-2 and you want to quit, don't quit. I'm gonna put it plain and simple. Don't quit. It ain't for everybody. You gotta motivate yourself. You know, you gotta be driven, basically. And you gotta stay switched on. You gotta stay focused. You can't be someone who's a weed head. No disrespect to any weed heads or anything. You like alcohol. You're not gonna focus. You're not gonna be able to put in the work and stay disciplined enough to make enough money to pay your bills. You see? All right, let's drop off this Uber Eats order. Oh man, this GPS took me to the wrong place. All right, gotta check my address. Took me to 307, but I'm going to 299. Gotta be careful out here, man. It's a me that door, but these people never come out when you're here, man. I'll be right back. All right, guys, you got the order dropped off. The next delivery is 5 minutes away. We got to drop off the portable concrete mixer. Yeah, man. So if you're not in the position to go out there and grind and work for yourself, you better stay your ass at that W-2. Get that guaranteed income. You know, learn to love your job. Because you may not love this. You see what I'm saying? What do you think? This is nice? If you don't have the right attitude, the right mindset, you think you're going to enjoy this? You think you're going to enjoy waiting? You think you're going to enjoy not being able to find items at the store if you're doing shopping like Spark or Instacart, and you got to wait at the store for the orders? If you're doing apps like Roadie, you gotta go to Home Depot, you gotta wait, you gotta lift up heavy mulch and stone and sand, soil. You think you're ready for this? Think again, man. Think again. Think again. My advice, this is my advice, the best advice I'm gonna give you. If you have a W-2, and you wanna quit it, but you're not sure, or you have a W-2 and you want to make some extra money, you want to do gig work, you want to work the gig apps, keep your W-2, work the gig apps when you have time, in your spare time. If you work in the afternoon, work the gig apps in the morning. Wake up early. You know, they say the most successful people wake up early, they get the job done, you know, and they keep it going. You could be that person. If you work the morning shift, when you get off, work a couple more hours doing gig work, feel it out. Feel out your market. Know the potential. Know what you could make. Know what's basically out there, man. Don't just dive in. Don't just say, oh man, I'm going to buy a van, or I'm going to start using my own car and I'm going to make a lot of money. You know, it's going to be all sweet and I'm going to quit my W-2. You know, don't do that, man. Feel it out first. Feel it out first, man. Before you go all in. Before you go in and you're all up to your neck. You see what I'm saying? You got to feel things out, man. So that is my advice. Don't make people fool you, man. It ain't all sweet out here. You got to get up every day. I've been getting up every single day before 6. I think I could do it. Like, personally, I think I can go out there. I could quit my W-2 and go out there and make a lot of money. But I think also that working the W-2 provides that stability, right? In terms of I'm getting a guaranteed income every single week. My job ain't difficult. All I need to do is put up with the people. That ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. You see what I'm saying? Put up with the people. They're gonna, contribute towards my health insurance, my 401k. So I'm gonna get all those things covered. And then when I'm off in the evening, I get off of work at 1 o'clock, guys, 1 p.m. When I'm off, or when I'm actually off completely on Mondays and Tuesdays, then I can go and do my little gig work instead of playing video games or, gonna hang out with friends. I'm out here making money. That's how I do my thing. That is how I'm successful in just juggling the W-2 along with gig work. And I think the hybrid model has worked for me. It has really worked for me, man. You know what I mean? It has really worked for me. My goal is to make $500 a week. Sometimes I make more. At the end of the month, I know I'm gonna make at least $2,000. So I've been averaging while working the W-2 and doing gig work and still balancing family time. I have a wife. You see what I'm saying? She ain't divorced me yet. I've been making consistently $2,500 to, let's say, $3,400 every single month this year, 2024. You add that to my W-2 income. It's not a lot. I'm not gonna pretend I'm making a lot. I work at the airport. I'm a mechanic. I'm supposed to be making more, but because I never went and got my CDL, because I don't really want a CDL, I'm making less than I should be making. You see what I'm saying? But I make decent money, and I could do overtime at the W-2. I make decent money. Let's just say that. You see what I'm saying? I make decent money. I make over $1,000 a week at the W-2. You see? Gross. So when you add what I make gig work with the W-2, listen, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Let me just put it out there. I'm doing good. Let me give you some numbers so you could, in your mind. Let me give you some numbers. I'm making every month over $6,000 with gig work and the W-2 combined after taxes. $6,000. Well, the gig work, you don't have to pay the taxes now, but you're going to write off your miles and, business expenses. $6,000, that is way more than I need to survive every month. I'm good. This model is good enough for me. Doing gig work only, I don't think I could make $6,000 unless I really grind. Like I'm telling you, like really, really grind. And then I'll be working way harder than I'm working when I'm at the W-2. But if you have a W-2 where you absolutely hate it, you think you're not making enough, or you get fired and you don't know where to turn and you're just fed up, then go out there, do something on your own, work, do gig work. It might be better for you. It might be better for you. If you just can't, work under people or, deal with authority or whatever, maybe it's for you. But if that's not the case, I think you should keep your W-2. Keep your W-2, keep punching the clock, guaranteed income, and do gig work on the side. I'm an advocate for that. You see what I mean? You need to be disciplined enough to go ahead and work on your own. Anyways, man, let me stop wasting time. Thanks for watching yet another one. I'm your boy Dom. This is Gigabyte NYC. Subscribe if you new, like the video if you haven't yet done. So I'm going to drop this off and keep it moving. Guys, make the right choice. Make the right moves. Take care. Alright guys, got that dropped off. Let's upload a picture. Oh man. I'll upload a picture and keep it moving. I'll let you guys know how long it's gonna take to get to the other drop off. Alright. So yeah. Frit. So I made sure I dropped off the concrete mixer, not the toilet. So that one's done. Money made on freight. Let's head to Avern, where it's gonna take 38 minutes. Damn. Wow. Anyways, let's go. And then I pick up from Home Depot. 2 different Home Depots. Today's a little rough. A little rough. Not as smooth as the last few days, but not every day gonna be all gravy, man. That's the thing. Not every day is gonna be gravy. Guys, see you at the drop.